Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's going to be a tough match today. It's going to be absolutely very tough today at Goodison Park. I wish I could say at Etihad Stadium, but the match is at Goodison Park, and it's going to be absolutely very tough. I know Everton are suffering a few injuries, but we are in full strength either. We have our three key players missing in De Bruyne, Haaland, and Doku Ruben Diaz. I mean, I should say four key players. If you look at our bench is not so special at all. Happy for youngsters, couple of youngsters, and Oscar Bob and Micah Hamilton to be on the bench. But the benches, except Kovacic, there's no one who's experienced enough on the bench. If you look at it, Calvin Phillips doesn't play. Josko Guardiola is still learning his trade. So if you look at the bench, there's only Mateo Kovacic and nothing on the bench, to be honest, and everyone else is youngsters. Probably Stefan Ortega, goalkeeper, but apart from Kovacic and Ortega, there's no one on the bench literally. And I mean, it will change once De Bruyne comes back, and then our rivals will start crying about the bench once De Bruyne and Haaland come back. Then you might see Alvarez on the bench, and people will say, "How is a FIFA World Cup and Club World Cup Benna sitting on the bench?" So, but I mean, these are tough times, and we need to sail through them. We need to be together. These are the times that test things which are much beyond football. These are the times that test things. Like I've always said, last season in January, almost start of February when we went down, it was like more than the football. It's about the togetherness and the team spirit that gets you out of these situations. And that's how we actually won the treble last season. And it's good to see the players actually having that FIFA World Cup golden this thing in the middle of their shirt. So that FIFA World Cup badge, it just looks so good. And now Julian Alvarez, I think his shirt has a lot of badges: FIFA World Cup badge, FIFA Club World Cup badge, and in the center of his shirt, then the country World Cup badge on his shoulders, UEFA Champions League badge. Wow. 23 years of age, Julian Alvarez has won so much. But yeah, if you look at this team coming to the lineup, I think this is the best defensive back four is picked. So far this season, this is the best defensive back four because Diaz has been out of form. I know a few people here won't like it, but I think Diaz deserves some time out on the bench. I know he's not playing through illness, but based on form, I think Akanji deserves to start ahead of Ruben Diaz. So Akanji, John Stones, the best centre back pairing, the most consistent centre back pairing this season. Okay, Stones has been out injured, but I think Stones gives you that balance to go into that midfield. I think the most important thing for me about this formation is Nathan Ake playing in the left back position. It's so people don't realize it, and Pep has never done it this season. Pep has always played Josko Guardiola in that left back position. But for me, Nathan Ake in that left back position could be a season defining move again from Pep Guardiola because for me, Nathan Ake, I don't care whatever people say, but for me, Nathan Ake is the best left back in world football at the moment, at least defensively, even offensively, both of the things combined. Both of the things combined, he is the best left back in the world at the moment. And Kyle Walker's been inconsistent this season a bit, but for me, Walker's still at least in the top two right backs in the world at the moment. So Matthews Nunez starting with Rodri is I think this again could be a potential game changer for the season. Arcade left back and Nunez in that double pivot role. It's been a bit confusing from Pep Guardiola in the Champions League matches. Pep started Nunez in that cam position, playing Alvarez as strike. Pep started Nunez on the right hand side, almost as a right attacking midfielder in the Club World Cup. It's been confusing, but this game, this lineup sends a message. Pep is telling to Matthews Nunes, you are my Gundogan replacement. He's telling to all the fans as well, right here, right now, a tough game at Goodison Park. You are my Gundogan replacement. I think in this game we'll see Nunez make those runs into the box. I think in this game we'll see Matthews Nunez, you know, uh, do all of those bits which Gundogan did, but also offer a defensive stability to the team. I think He'll, I think Matthews Nunes tackles well. I think he'll win the ball back a little bit more. He'll recycle possession more. I think Matthews Nunes could be a huge selection for Pep Guardiola because easily Pep Guardiola could have gone with someone like easily Pep Guardiola could have gone with someone like a Mateo Kovacic, and no one will would have questioned him because Kovacic is the experienced one. But picking Nunez is a message, I would say. It's gonna be tough. This is a cauldron, Goodison Park. Ever since the 10 points have been cut from Everton, they've just been more resilient. It's not at all been easy winning here. So get ready for a roller coaster of emotions. That's what I would say. This game is not gonna be easy for the players, not gonna be easy for the fans. We are all gonna go through that roller coaster of emotions. There are gonna be a lot of things happening in this game. Just believe in the team. That's what I would say before the game starts. Just believe in the team, guys. Just believe in the team. Whatever might happen in this game, just believe in the team. And I'm nowhere hiding behind the fact that we have got to win this game. We could potentially have found ourselves 12 points behind an Arsenal or Liverpool, but since certain results have gone our way, it's just win this match and you could just be potentially 3 points behind someone like an Arsenal and 6 points behind Liverpool with a game in hand. So crazy important game, and I think this is the best lineup for me that Pep has picked all season till now with the available players he had. And Everton kicked the game off, and it's Jordan Pickford with the long kick. Everton already attacking. Look at the confidence. Look at the confidence of Everton there. They're already attacking. Beto there, the striker. I don't know why they are not playing Calvert-Lewin, but I don't know. I don't follow Everton much, so I don't know why they're not playing Calvert-Lewin. But look at it. Already a long ball across into the box. Long ball to Dwight McNeil across into the box. The striker at the end of it. Clean tactics. I'll be interested to see how Matthews Nunes gets the ball out. How comfortable Matthews Nunes is on the ball, to be honest, because right now City were trying to play out and it almost seemed Nunes was a split second late, so that will be interesting for me. Wow. Without the 10 points being cut, Everton would be 8th or ninth in the table, I think, till now. But then you never know if it would have had the same effect like it has had now on the team after the points were cut. So all of those things are just speculative. Bernardo Silva on the right wing, Grealish on the left wing. The combination that won us the treble, to be honest. So we should not underestimate it. Rodri, John Stones coming into the midfield. Manuel Akanji, Bernardo Silva, City getting on the ball, and it's a throw in for City, I think. Yes. Everton started off well in the first 10 minutes, but City have slowly come back into it. It's been goodbye, City. Bernardo Silva, transitions will be very important. How do you deal with transitions? Because Everton are looking to just play one two touch passes and get out of high press. One thing teams have learned this season is on how to get out of a high press very well. Most of the teams in the Premier League are able to do it. Palace was able to do it. Villa was able to do it. So even Luton to an extent was able to do it. So we need to be very careful. Look at that Rodri being caught on the ball and Rodri regaining the ball again. Jack Grealish on the ball. Everton are pressing. I've never thought teams will start pressing City, but all are doing it right from Luton Town to Burnley. I think Burnley and Luton Town are two of the best high pressing teams. They're at least in the top five, top six in terms of the best high pressing teams in this league. And I thought I would never tell that a team potentially in the bottom two, three, four places are in one of the best high pressing teams in the league. So Look at the high press. City are not having any space to breathe. Manuel Akanji, John Stones, Kyle Walker. Walker needs to switch it. Yes, that's a fantastic switch from Walker. What a switch from Walker that is. Jack Grealish. That was a good shot, but Everton have defended well over there. That was a good shot. That was a good bit of play. That switch from Walker to Grealish was just sublime. It was heavenly. It was godly. I think long balls will be a bit difficult to win. Long balls in terms of attacking long balls. Aerial through will be very difficult to win because all of these Everton defenders are so tall and stuff. To be honest, there was news of Brathwaite, the Everton defender, being available for $100 million, £100 million. I think United were interested in him. Jack Grealish again across into the box, especially with Haaland not there. I do not think it will be so easy. We need to play our way through this Everton defense. City are moving the ball very fast. Matthews Nunes. I think Nunes should have let Kyle Walker go and he should have actually put the ball into the box. I think Nunes should have because Walker took a defender with him and that was a dummy run for sure. Walker himself was surprised when he got the ball back. No, Nunez is still adjusting into this system. It's again high pressure from Everton. Look at it. It's a high pressure system from Everton. It's they're going man to man as well. It's incredible the amount of confidence these lower league teams have that they are now pressing high press man to man. This was what Marcelo Bielsa used to play when he was at Leeds, to be honest. High press man to man. Kyle Walker. Nathan Ake on the ball. Julian Alvarez coming back. I think Pep is trying to get an overload into the midfield, and Everton are playing with a 4-4-2. I think ability on the ball is going to be so key in this match, and taking chances as well. Last season, Goodison Park, very difficult fixture. Ilkay Gundogan absolutely bailed us out of it. That's a corner for City, and we have been shit at set pieces all season. It's so nice to again see that Golden Club World Cup winning badge there. Bernardo Silva with the corner kick. Ah, I think it's a corner deflected from Kyle Walker. Vinay is here. Vinay says finally Nunez starts. I think Vinay in a way this is the best lineup he's picked all season. I think both defensively and offensively. I think based on the available players because Ruben Diaz for me he deserved to be dropped. Is not in form. So Ake at left back. I think it's the first time he's playing Ake at left back. He's played him mostly at centre back this season. So for me, it's the best lineup he's picked this season. But my God, Everton are pressing so high. They're going man to man. I'm just thinking, wait till KDB comes back and Haaland comes back. Then, my dear teams, go man to man. Once KDB and Haaland come back, then go man to man. The master KDB will show these guys what is it going for man to man. He'll absolutely destroy these teams going man to man and high press. Right now we are not having anyone playing that killer ball. Foden can play it, but is not having confidence. You know what happened against Palace. It's an Everton free kick, I think. Already 9 minutes gone. The match is so tight. The match is so compact. We need to be careful about Dwight McNeil, to be honest. Especially these free kicks. Andre Gomez is taking you, and he's a good free kick taker. These set pieces, we need to be careful about these set pieces. Everton are a master at set pieces. Jack Harrison, everyone's good at crossing. They're so physical. The team, right from, I mean, when I saw the strikers height, well, I've seen the Everton's lineup. I saw Everton strikers height and had to see it twice. My God, he's taller than Edison. He's taller than anybody else on our team. 194 centimeters. The Everton striker. Wow. Aki giving the ball away there, and a better through ball and Pito could have been in, but a better through ball and it would have made Joe Garner, a Kevin De Bruyne. That was such a complicated ball to play there. Kyle Walker. Vinay says no Gundo, Kevin De Bruyne, teams high press with no risk. Even bloody Luton was high pressing against us. Vinay, I'm just thinking, let Kevin De Bruyne return with full fitness. Then we'll show these guys what high press means. If Kevin De Bruyne was in the team, I think everybody would be crying that the Premier League has become boring because the league would have been over by Christmas. And I don't think teams would high press us as much. I think if De Bruyne was there, to be honest. But again, there's no player who can play that cutting through ball, that pass. How do you break defenses that are physical, that play a low block and stuff? You need to have someone playing that killer ball. It's just long ball football going on now. That is fantastically done from Phil Foden. But it was always a tight angle from Foden from there. So good try, but was there a chance to pass? I don't know. Did Foden have a chance to pass there? Maybe Grealish was free, but there was pressure on him from the defender. Kyle Walker with the ball. The first 5 minutes we were just zipping the ball with so much space, but now it again looks like Everton have regained control of the game. So Kyle Walker, John Stones, Walker again, Rodri turning in pressure, but Walker was there to recover. They're just flooding Rodri. Nunez, it's almost that Ford and Nunez are playing as two number 10s. I would like Nunez to play a little bit more, deeper alongside Rodri and dictate play, but it's interesting. I think Pep sees Nunez as a Gundogan replacement, but I think Lucas Paqueta would have suited that role much better. It's just in the air, it's just volleyball going on and not football. 13 minutes gone. The longer this game goes, I mean, just 13 minutes gone, but the longer this game goes on nil-nil, it's gonna be difficult for City because it's away from home as well. So Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish maintaining the width. What a ball! One on one. He has to score. Ah! We have to score that. Guys, how do we not score there? We have to score that. If you can't take those chances, then it's very difficult to win the game. How did we miss there, guys? How did we miss there? Alvarez has to score that. Julian Alvarez has to score. I know it deflected a Pickford, but you need to finish that. You need to finish that, guys. City needed to finish that. I don't know how we don't finish that. We needed to score that. Such a good chance. We just carved open Everton there. Such a good chance. We don't finish it. We have to take those chances. John Stones, Edison. I don't know what Edison was doing there. This guy has eyes running in his veins and it's not blood. Julian Alvarez. And it's a City throw in. We have started the game well, but we should have been 1-0 up at this point. Should have been 1-0 up. We have to take our chances, guys. Akanji, the defenses look really solid, I would say, at least up to this point. But that's how it was looking against Palace as well, to be honest. Until that late drama happened. Edison, it was well defended by Mikalenko, I think, on their left hand side. Press Pickford. Bernardo, press Pickford. That is excellent from City. Rodri has to send it wide. He was looking for a shot, but I think that's where Akanji played. Beto has pace and is physical as well, and Akanji is also not a dud. Akanji is also fast. Space is so underrated. I think after Kyle Walker, Akanji could be the second fastest centre back at City. So that was such a risky ball, but we need to be innovative. To be innovative, Akanji is penalised, but it was honestly a foul by Beto. I think this referee will never learn. These referees will never learn. It was a foul by Beto, to be honest. Both had hands around each other, so just cannot be a foul. But it's a free kick for Everton from a very dangerous position. Andre Gomez with the free kick, and It's a free kick from a very dangerous position for Everton. Edison does extremely well. I think there's a swirling breeze as well, but Edison does extremely well. It's classic long ball football from Sean Dyche. We had a very good chance, and we needed to make it 1-0, but we didn't. Edison, Manuel Akanji, Kyle Walker almost sold Edison a boat with full of holes there. Manuel Akanji. Look at the high press of Everton. My God. Matheus Nunes taking the ball out. I think Nunes need to offer Bernardo Silva pass there. I think on the outside, someone bloody offer Bernardo Silva pass on the outside. Akanji spreads it well. Now Everton is stretched. Manuel Akanji. I know why Walker's staying back. It's because Akanji has come forward, but again, it's sent back. Nathanake. Nathanake sends it back to Edison. Bernardo Silva. City are just not able to play through the press of Everton. I wouldn't say play through the press, but there's no one who is having the courage to attempt those balls. It's a free kick for City. I think Nunez needs to move a little bit quicker in terms of making his runs. Needs to be a little bit more proactive. Kyle Walker, Bernardo Silva, Matthews Nunez. The Everton defender gets there first. It's a throw in for City. I think it's Brathwaite with that one. He's having pace, he's having everything. That's why you can see why teams want him. Kyle Walker with the throw in. Man, there's no bloody passing lane. That's one of the problems. There's absolutely no passing lane. Edison. Edison to Manuel Akanji. Akanji back to Edison again. Edison to Ake. Ake to Manuel Akanji. Kyle Walker there. Ball goes out. It's a throw in for City. There's no passing lane. Everton are pressing so much there. Why can't Alvarez make runs at the back? There must be space somewhere there if Everton are pressing so high. Jack Grealish. I think the space is out wide with Jack Grealish. Julian Alvarez. That was a good idea. It was a very good idea. City getting closer there. City getting closer there. Akanji spreads it to Bernardo. Just do not relieve the pressure on these guys. Just go. Kyle Walker with the stupid cross, but what a shot from Jack Grealish. That was outside of the foot. Very good attempt. Just keep on peppering Jordan Pickford. That's what I would say. A good attempt from Jack Grealish over there. And Pickford's there wasting his time. One of the reasons why you would want Everton to be relegated is to see Jack Grealish go and play in the bloody championship. The amount of time he wastes. The ball's gone out. City have been playing well in the last 4 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes, to be honest, it's been very good from City. I think it's a corner for Everton now. My God, set pieces for Everton. My God, yes, it's a corner for Everton now. We need to be very careful when defending the set pieces. My God, I think that's well defended. We were almost on our way back for a counter attack. Jordan Pickford kicks it high and long, but ever Edison holds on. Kyle Walker need to pepper Everton's goal more and more. Nunez has done well, to be honest, but it's nothing special from him. Phil Foden, that's a sumptuous ball from Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva's missed kick, but what a ball that was from Phil Foden. What a fantastic ball that was from Phil Foden, to be honest. What a ball. That is a dream of a ball, dream of a touch, and Bernardo Silva should be aiming for the top pins over there. Should be aiming for the top corner. Bernardo Silva of all people miscuing that to such a good attack. I think once we get the ball in the midfield, we should look to pass it out wide and stretch Everton as much as possible. I think we are giving Everton that time to rearrange themselves. We are not passing it out wide quicker because the press is in the middle. Pass it out wide. Switch it. The space is on the flanks. Everton are overloading one side. The space is on the flanks. Need to that pass from Phil Foden. And Everton score the goal. I think it's Jack Harrison who scores for all people. We are down 1-0 at Goodison Park. think one of the worst possible score lines at an away stadium. I think Goodison Park 1-0 down. Nothing. Again, the goals come from nothing. Everton's done nothing in this game again. The goals come from bloody nothing. Everton's done shit. And they've scored the goal. Everton have done nothing. It's a pass from Akanji. I think it's Bernardo Silva with the mistake. There's no offside, nothing in that. I think the mistake is of Bernardo Silva, to be honest. It's a Bernardo Silva mistake. And Everton score. The worst possible nightmare has come true at Goodison Park. Now we need to come back from 1-0 down. Again at Goodison Park. This will just be so tough for City. Again, like I said, this will be a test of our character, to be honest. Don't know how we come back from this. That too at Goodison Park. But honestly, I think we deserve to be ahead, and that's how football is sometimes. We deserve to be ahead, and Everton have scored. Again, I think it was a slight mistake from Bernardo Silva, and that's all. See, I can't go in on a defender here because the role of John Stones is to go into the midfield. He's not there, so now you can't blame that why John Stones not there because suddenly an approach wins your treble, and now we just can't tell that approach is shit. So I think that ball once it's played out to Bernardo Silva, it just cannot come back. That was the thing. Bernardo Silva cannot lose that ball. I think it was Bernardo who lost that ball from the Edison kick out, if I'm not wrong. City are a goal down. Let's see how we react. Do we have the mentality of champions? Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva, Rodri does well to win the ball there. Ah, that was a chance for Rodri. He should have done better. He should have at least tested Pickford out there. That was a good chance for Rodri. That was a very good chance for Rodri by standards. He should be scoring that. Should be scoring that by standards. Was a difficult chance for any player, but for Rodri, he should be scoring that. Everton are again in our box, and that's a corner for Everton. Worst possible thing. At least a nil, and when we gone creating chances, but Everton 1-0 up. This is gonna be so very difficult. Last season we didn't realize the difficulty of this fixture because of Ikai Gundogan. He scored great goal, assisted a great goal. I think we were 2-0, 3-0 up in the first hour, and that's it. The game was done. That's another corner for Everton now. That's a good save from Edison. Very good save from Edison. City are under the cost here. City are absolutely under the cost here. Edison with the kick out. I think if we can equalize before the break, there will be nothing like it, to be honest. Can we equalize before the break? That is the big question. That was a fantastic save from Edison. think it was from Jack Harrison. I don't know who was the left-footed player there, but it was a great save from Edison. Maybe I think for the goal you can blame Edison's pass out from the back, but that's how we've. I mean, those are the principles through which we have won all these trophies. Five trophies of six available in the last season. So I can't now sit here and say, Edison should have kicked it long. I think we just accept those kind of goals. That's it. Everton are just pressing City high up. Ah, Vinay is not looking good. It's not at all looking good, Vinay. But I'm just thinking, can we equalize before half time? That is the only thing. Can we equalize before half time? That's the thing. This is not at all looking good. By the way, Vinay, whom would you blame for the first goal? Actually, to be honest, whom would you blame for the first goal? Because for me, I'm not able to pinpoint anyone to blame on that. It just looks a bizarre goal, which we haven't seen City concede playing out from the back. That's the only thing. It's Everton who are dominating position. They're dominating territory against us, against a Pep Guardiola team. When was the last time someone saw that? It's offside. The offside flags up. Thank God, because that was almost on the way. Penalty, and I think Stones is down now. Yes, he was offside. I think it's who is down. I think it's John Stones who's down. Stones injury. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong here, Vinay. Everything. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong. It was definitely not a penalty, but that was a heroic tackle from Stones. It was almost, we were almost close to being 2-0 down. I think Stones is done here. Stones has done his ankle here, I think. Very sorry, but I think Stones is done. It's so bad. Diaz is not there. Stones has done his ankle. I think again we are again. I think when I say season hanging, I think when again we are going back to those January last week days last year, right? When we were 2-0 down to Everton at the Etihad, we thought the season was done. We were losing all sorts of games. Lost 1-0 to uh, lost 1-0 to Spurs last season in January, and all of those shit results in last December and January. To be honest, it's given me the same vibes kind of a thing. Season hanging. That's the thing. We need to rescue something here. When I a point might not be. It's just the 36 minute, but I would say a point might not be a bad result at Goodison Park. To be honest, hopefully Stones is walking. Stones is walking. That's a good thing. Stones is walking. But they're showing the goal again. I just don't think you can blame anyone because I think once Edison plays that ball out, John Stones is heading ahead, Akanji is heading ahead. I don't think you can blame anyone on that goal. Just can't blame anyone on that goal. Think if anyone's there, I think the ball just cannot come back. Everton cannot win that high press duel. That's the only thing. Maybe a Bernardo Silva, but that would be harsh. So when you play out from the back, these kind of things happen. So it's good that John Stones is actually walking. He's able to walk. Kyle Walker, Bernardo Silva, Manuel Akanji. What? That's a foul on Jack Grealish. I think he's Should be given a yellow card. That is a great touch and run from Jack Grealish, to be honest. Wonderful touch and run from Jack Grealish. Now he's got his opposite fullback Patterson on a yellow card. So I think we should be targeting that side. Again, I don't know here. I don't know here, Vinay. I think it could be just be Pep choosing the wrong lineup because I think for this match, I know I was excited. All of us are excited with Matthews Nunes, but I think this was a match for Kovacic. Teams are high pressing. Kovacic is known as the master of beating the press. The referee is giving a corner, but are City appealing for a penalty? I don't know. I don't think it's a penalty there. It's a corner, and Bernardo Silva takes the corner. Like when I said seasons hanging, but a draw would not be a bad result in this scenario. Matheus Nunes, I think this was a match for Kovacic, maybe, who's known as the master at beating the press. That's a lovely little ball from Addison. John Stones is still moving gingerly, to be honest. He's not moving freely, John Stones. Josko Guardiola is getting prepped up. He's not moving well, John Stones. That ball was almost into Julian Alvarez there. It is almost into Julian Alvarez. Josko Guardiola is coming on. Stones is not moving. Stones is not moving well. Josko Guardiola is coming on. I hope Pep plays Josko Guardiola at centre back and not left back. Now Akanji will start doing his shit in the midfield, I think. Rodri can't we create one chance before half time? That's my only thing. Can't we create one chance before half time? Dwight McNeil. Rodri clears it well. Can't we create one chance for half time? Honestly, we have had good chances. That Alvarez open goal. I know it was a save of Pickford, but Stones is done. Stones is done. So one match after his come, I think Stones is done. Stones is going off again injured. This is almost in a crisis, to be honest. I think, but what a heroic tackle that is from John Stones. If this doesn't spur the guys on, I don't think what will. John Stones is going off. The only good thing is he's at least able to walk and he was able to run a bit. So Stones is going off and it's Josko Guardiola is coming on. And again, lo behold, Josko Guardiola is playing it left back. Why don't you put him at the center? He's bloody the best young centre back in world football right now. Josko Guardiola. Alvarez had the best chance of the game. He had to score that which Pickford. It's honestly it's not a Pickford save. It hit Pickford and went. That's the only thing. Joel Garner is down. He will be down for the rest of the 90 minutes if given the chance. That was a genuine foul by Rodri anyway. But I think the referee should add on at least 3 minutes over here. I bet he'll add on 1 or 2 minutes and not more than that. It's yet another free kick. It's a free kick in favor of City. For a moment, I thought Everton are gonna score over there, but Manuel Akanji, Edison, Rodri there carrying the ball. I think not playing Kovacic should be seen as an error here because he is at his best. Kovacic is seen as a master of beating the press. Jack Grealish does extremely well over there. Nathan Ake with the ball. And how much is it? 45 minutes and then plus Jack Grealish, Josko Guardiola, Nathan Ake, Josko Guardiola. It's +3. It's better than what I expected to be honest. But yeah, fair enough. +3. Kyle Walker, Bernardo Silva keeping the width, just tucking the touchline to be honest. Manuela Kenji, Rodri, Nanuel has to give it to Grealish. I don't know why Josko Guardiola shooting there and is losing the ball, and now the entire team is on the back foot. Kyle Walker, it's Matthews Nunez there, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Rotana kicked the ball long here, and Edison. City have ramped up the attacking pace here. Manuela Kenji, Bernardo Silva. One chance before half time is all I ask for. Nathan Ake, Kyle Walker. I think he's the shittiest crosser in football you ever see. Kyle Walker can't even cross a bridge. Bernardo Silva with the kick. Will Walker shoot? Why is it going back to Edison? I think Kovacic needs to come on. He is the hope. Kovacic is the hope. Rodri, Kyle Walker. It's a corner for City. It will be a corner to end the half. It's offside, so I think that will be the end of the half. That has to be the end of the half. It's half time. I would not say one of the worst halves of the season. I know the scoreline would suggest one of the worst halves of the season, but it's not. City created more than Everton. Everton did shit nothing apart from defend. But then that's what teams do against City. We we should have scored. Honestly, we should have scored. Julian Alvarez had a very good chance. There was another chance for Jack Grealish as well. I think we created two, three very good chances, and then we should have scored one. But honestly, I think looking at this game, I actually think Pep made a mistake by not playing Mateo Kovacic. Not playing Mateo Kovacic is a huge, huge blunder by Pep Guardiola. I think we none of us actually realized it at that time, but I think not playing because Mateo Kovacic can break the press at his absolute best. Mateo Kovacic can break the press. I'm just looking at the table here, Premier League table. Where are we? We are in fifth. And honestly, I think United are having one of the worst seasons of their campaign. And honestly, I think we have a game in hand, and United are just what 3 points behind us. Wow. But then you know what we are. We can go on the prolonged run in January, February. I think that's the expectation from everyone. But yeah, we are we will be 6 points behind Arsenal and five behind Liverpool. And Liverpool have played a game in more, so counting it to 18 games, I think we are 6 points behind Arsenal and five behind Liverpool. So so I think if a draw might not be a bad result at Goodison Park. So I don't know. Draw. I mean, looking at how things are going on here, looking at how we are not without our important players, I think a draw might not be a bad result here. We have not done uh, nothing. We have not done anything overly wrong here, to be honest. Everton are pressing high. We do not have Foden. I don't think Pep's given Foden the license to play that pass. I think there is only one man who can break the press. Mateo Kovacic. I think you bring Mateo Kovacic on. I, I think you bring Mateo Kovacic on in the next half. To be honest, I think. Because like I've repeated time and again, I do not see anything much wrong in that half. I know there's no creativity and stuff, but players are injured. Players are injured. De Bruyne is injured. Haaland's injured. Doku's not there. Stones has just come back from injury and is again injured. So for me, in a way, I think this is, people might tell you're just, 3 points behind United when they're having the worst season of their campaign with a game in hand. But why so many people are injured for us? It's the price you pay for the incredible campaign you have had last season. You have won five trophies out of the available six last season. A historic treble that's been done only once before in the entire English football history. I'm not dwelling on past laurels or something, but I think we'll have to take everything into consideration instead of just sitting here and just ranting that City are not playing well. Yes, we are not playing well, but then I think we can give the players a bit of a leeway due to what we have done last season, due to the incredible campaign last season. And that's another reason why you cannot just compare it to what United is going through. They do not have a trophy for bloody 11 years now. After 2012, not have a big trophy. for 11 years now. So can't compare it to them. How we are just 3 points behind them with the game in hand and stuff. So we are still fighting. That's the important thing. We are still fighting, still fighting. I mean, I mean, at this point, I know as a City fan, as someone associated with the club, you should always look to win. But I think taking everything into consideration, a point is very good here. A point will be absolutely good here. A point will be gold dust here, I would say. Not an easy place to come to Goodison Park. You take a point here, you're 5 points potentially behind Arsenal, 4 points behind Liverpool. Not bad at all. Not bad in a season when everyone seems to be beating everyone else. 5 points behind at Christmas is not a bad result at all. And then we get into January, get De Bruyne back, get Haaland back. We sign someone as Rodri's this thing, and then take it from there. They're showing City's missed chances. We should have taken at least one of them. City had some glorious chances, to be honest. City had some good chances. JSK says, what the if they're not playing Doku and Haaland, both are injured. JSK, both are injured. It seems that Kevin De Bruyne, news is that Kevin De Bruyne is has been spotted on the training pitch, but Haaland and Doku are not training at all. They have not trained in the last 1 week or so, 1 or 2 weeks. They're not training still, and now Stone seems to be injured as well. Even he's not training. And you look at why Stones is injured. Stones has prevented a second goal for us, and it was offside, but Stones didn't know that. Stones has heroically prevented a second goal for us. Vinay says can't shoot even Rodri. Vinay, I think Mateo Kovacic is the answer for this. Vinay, high press, and Mateo Kovacic is known as the master of beating the press. He is known in football circles as the master of beating the press. So I think Mateo Kovacic over Nunez is a mistake. I think. Sorry, Nunez or Mateo Kovacic is a mistake. I think Pep will make those changes. Once Kovacic comes, he plays through the press. We bloody need someone to play through the press. That is the only thing. And you know what is annoying me the most? Bloody Kyle Walker getting into those very good positions and is showing that he cannot even cross a bloody bridge. Kyle Walker showing that he cannot bloody cross his legs. That's how stupid Kyle Walker's been in terms of offensive things, crossing. But honestly, I think if you look at the game, I think we have had the best chances. Alvarez needed to score that. I don't know how Pickford just he doesn't manage to save it. It strikes him and goes out. But I just think Alvarez needed to score that somehow. 1-0 up at Goodison Park is a whole different proposition. But again, I think in this half, Josko Guardiola is going to be important, and Mateo Kovacic is going to be important. Phil Foden is going to be if Kovacic comes on. I think it's inevitable Kovacic comes on, but and Phil Foden is going to be important. Why Guardiola? Because Guardiola is excellent at dribbling and playing and breaking the press. Kovacic is excellent at breaking the press. Foden is excellent at on the half turn, against a low block. If you can take the ball on the half turn and turn, I think it's absolute gold dust, to be honest. I think Jack Grealish, for me, I think Jack Grealish has been the best player on the pitch. Jack Grealish has been very sharp. He's been very very good. I honestly don't know what will happen this season with the kind of form we are in. But the only thing I would say is patience, guys. Patience. We are gonna get reinforcements in January. I think we somehow have to survive this till January. We have to scrape till January somehow, and we can't go more than 6, 7 points behind whoever is at the top. I think That's what I'm telling. Draw this game. You're 5 points behind. You're 5 points behind Arsenal. If you draw this game, potentially four behind Liverpool because you have a game in hand. And next game is Sheffield United. Win that, and then if you can come to the second week of January with there's an FA Cup game in January, I think, and then I think we face Newcastle on 13th of Jan. If you can come till the 13th of Jan, Newcastle with 5 points behind Arsenal at least, then I think you'll be having Kevin De Bruyne back, Haaland back, Doku back. I think we somehow need to get to the 13th of Jan against Newcastle with 5-6 points behind whoever is the top team. We cannot afford to go adrift than that. So somehow we need to scrape a point today. Situations demand you to play in different ways. Situations demand you to approach games in different ways. I think somehow if we can get a draw today, it will just be gold dust, I would say, because Goodison, not an easy place to go to. Many teams will drop points here this season. So it's gonna be an exciting second half. You know why I'm not ranting as much as I was, or why I'm not angry as I was in last January when we were 2-0 down at the Etihad against Spurs, because this is not anything less than that. It's because what we have done last season and doing what we have done last. I think when we as fans are judging this season, we'll have to keep in mind what we did last season. It's not depending on history or something, but it's about the emotional energy, the emotional, you know, the emotional sense, the emotional drain on people's minds to on the players' minds to do what we did last season. So many trophies, treble, 5 out of 6 trophies we have won. Repeating this because I'm seeing on social media, on Reddit, Facebook, all of those things. A lot of City fans telling, how have we turned to so much shit and all of this. The season's done. All of these. First thing is patience, guys, and the second thing is just keep in mind how much emotional it would have taken out of the players last season. So when judging this season, at whatever point you do, keep those things in mind and judge. That's my only thing. I'm in no way right. I'm in no way writing away this season, but we need to be patient. We need to be absolutely patient. We're missing three of our best players, I would say. Stones, Haaland, and De Bruyne. That's like your spine. You're missing your spine, to be honest. JSK says, looks like this is Arsenal season after 20 years. But honestly, JSK, it's not January, it's not February. So I think in December we have mostly been shit, but the injuries. I mean, kind of I mean, you don't know. You could look back at this in sort of February and March and think the injuries that the other teams are getting in March and stuff, we have got in January. Now you sorry in December. Now you'll have a refreshed Kevin De Bruyne who's raring to go for the second half of the season. Now you'll have a Haaland who's rested for a month. Now you'll have Doku who's almost rested for a month. Whereas people like your Hazers and everyone would maybe be picking up those niggles in sort of March and April or whatever. The same thing with Liverpool. So I think it depends on how the season goes in February and March that we judge what is happening now. Because right now this looks absolutely bad, but don't judge it yet, guys. That's what I would say. We are like not playing with our best team. A lot of players are out injured. JSK says if they get a striker like Ivan Tony in the window, there is no stopping them. Hi. Again, it depends. Again, it depends, JSK, because this season a lot of teams are beating each other. So this season is not like last season. So I don't think it's as straightforward. And then again, when you get even Tony, what will happen to Gabriel Jesus? Would you sit? Would you have Martinelli on the bench, or would you have Saka on the bench? What do you do with Gabriel Jesus if you want to play him on the right? Jesus plays on the right. So what do you do to Saka? So getting even Tony in Arsenal will cause a huge disruption. It's not so easy to just bring a player in. And even Tony will not be, like NKT are playing his last 20 25 minutes and stuff. So I think even Tony getting one player I think would not change the outcome of the league. What will decide the outcome of the league is how we approach the second half of the season. Vinay says, don't know what's the solution for this poor form. High, they're high pressing us, Vinay, and Kevin De Bruyne is the solution to this form. Kevin De Bruyne is the solution to this poor form. And also, I think like I'm telling, it's more than the more than the poor form and stuff. It's the emotional energy that we would have spent, doing what we did last season, and we tend to underestimate that, how much of effort we spent last season, to be honest. We put in last season, to be honest. So I think we need to take that. It's almost like, when you've reached euphoria, it's not always easy to maintain that high level. I'm not telling players have got complacent and all, but without you knowing as well, that body which used to stretch a little bit more, it's not as much there now. So those are a few things that happen when you reach euphoria. So I think it's just us having that usual bit of a dip off from euphoria last season. That's the only thing. So we need to be patient with this side. That's it, I would say. Yes, and Kevin De Bruyne is the solution. When honestly, I think Kevin De Bruyne, because he can break the press. He can play those through balls that can break the press. JSK says, by the way, City got their first signing in 2024. A wonder kid from River Plate could be the Kevin De Bruyne replacement, Claudio Echeverri, for 25 million pounds, and we are loaning him back to River Plate. And he'll be joining us in the summer next season. The path is expected to be the same like for Julian Alvarez. Barcelona were in for him, Chelsea were in for him. Barcelona didn't have the money, obviously, and City were always going to beat Chelsea because of Pep Guardiola. That is again, look at Bernardo Silva's poor form. Sorry, look at Josko Guardiola's poor cross there, and Bernardo Silva as well. First half, that was a stupid strike from him. Rodri, look at that, how he's striking the ball. Claudio Echeverri. And by the way, in the January transfer window, it's almost confirmed that Calvin Phillips might be going to Newcastle because Eddie Howe is almost looking to sign him. Phillips is leaving. That is something that is confirmed. And I think we are looking for a replacement. JSK says no, he'll be joining in 2025. Okay, 2025 Jan, because the South American season ends in January. Okay, makes sense. 2025 Jan, right? Just like how Julian Alvarez came. I think Alvarez came in winter, I think, right? If I'm not wrong. Yeah, he's said to be the next Messi. I mean, a lot of players were said to be the next Messi, but the guy moves very well within half spaces. So I think maybe the Florian Wirtz transfer might be off now. But at 25 million, it's just a steal. And by the way, in January, it seems we are going after Andre. We are going after Andre of Fluminense, who's 22 years old. The CDMS Calvin Phillips cover. And also there's some news about Joshua Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich seems had another fight with Thomas Tuchel, and it seems that he might leave in January itself. So that's a story that we can actually keep an eye on. And about Savinho, there's some interesting news about Savinho, to be honest. There's an Everton player down. All of Everton players will be going down now one by one. I'll just have a bit of water and come and we'll discuss about Savinho a bit. City are having the ball now, playing in Everton's half. Bernardo Silva, that's a great ball. Kyle Walker cannot even complete his bloody lunge, and it's Everton's throw. Again, it was a simple ball from Kyle Walker, and he just couldn't complete it. And by the way, about Savinho, it seems that there's an English club that has bid 30 million euros for Savinho, and also I think when Barcelona is interested in Savinho, seems that City Group have received two proposals of 30 million euros for Savinho, but City have made it clear that he will not be going anywhere until the summer, and talks of the City are talking internally to buy Savinho at 30 million euros and bring him in the bring him in the summer 2024. So this is a counter attack for City, not so much of a counter attack, but yeah. So we are gonna get two top talents in Savinho and Claudia Echeverri at 55 million pounds, 50 million pounds, which is gonna be superb business again from City. This is wonderful from Manuel Akanji over there. Rodri, that is a great ball. Bernardo Silva. How Tarkowski clearance by Tarkowski. How did we not score there? The best bit of play today from City. City have had an improved start to this half, but I think let me make it clear a point and I'll be happy. We just cannot lose this game. That's the only thing. Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden. What a goal! What a goal! Woo! Phil Foden, one of our own! Woo! What a goal from Phil Foden that is! Look at the range, look at the strike, look at the man! Wow! He is the man! Who is he? Phil Foden! Come on, Phil! Look at it! Look at it, guys! What a wonder strike that is from Phil Foden! That was an impossible angle to score from. Look at it. What a strike that is from Phil Foden! Whoa! But when I honestly, we are actually happy with these kind of a goals. But honestly, when you look back on it, you feel a bit frustrated because nothing wrong with the goal, fantastic goal. But why are we not able to break open an opponent's defense? Because these kind of a goals have been becoming too much, have been becoming so much frequent, right? Which could be a worry. This season, how many times you have not been saved by Rodri's wonder strikes and stuff? So I would actually like to see a goal where it cut open the opponent's defense, to be honest. Ah! JSK says, what a goal. And it could have been a second goal. There was no bloody one attacking the back post. Look at that. How did that miss? How did that not go into the goal? I don't know. It should have been two one. Should have been 2-1 there. We have had the best chances. City's actually in this match would be three or four at least. We've had three glorious chances. Alvarez, this one right now across the post. But what a strike from Phil Foden. That honestly, I think I would like to see Kovacic being introduced again. Bernardo Silva with the width. Bernardo Silva there. Everton defending again. I think Bernardo should be careful in not giving crosses. To be honest. Beto there with the ball. It's a transition. It's a transition. City must be careful of transitions here. JSK says your most disliked players in City history. I mean, in recent history, let me actually think. Most disliked City players. What a defense from Natanake. This is why he's one of the best left backs in world football. I mean, best defenders in world football. Whatever position he plays in, that defense was just outstanding. City are on a run here. I'm thinking about it a bit, JSK. Because honestly, City players, when someone signs for City, I haven't disliked them that much. But that's a good question actually. Just thinking, have I disliked the City player as much? I mean, after reports of what Joao Cancelo is has done, Joao Cancelo, but Raheem Sterling for me. I think Raheem Sterling for me. Exactly, Jessica. Exactly. I actually didn't see the comment. I was just thinking, and exactly, I told Raheem Sterling comes to the mind. Raheem Sterling for me as well because of what he did after he went to Chelsea. To be honest, I mean, in terms of not disrespecting a fan and then all of that stuff, all of the things he spoke about City and everything. And bloody Raheem Sterling did not even acknowledge that his scoring goals was all due to how City played. City literally made a career out of City literally helped him make a career. Raheem Sterling, he was shit goal scoring. He was shit going through one on one. It's just a feisty battle going on. Maybe Wilfried Boney, I would say, maybe, and Cancelo as well. Second would be Cancelo. Cancelo after all of those uh, Cancelo after it came out, especially why he had gone, Cancelo telling in the training ground to Pep that I am Cancelo and I deserve to play ahead of Rico Lewis. He literally said it to Pep Guardiola. And the moment I read from reliable sources, I mean, it came out, I think a month ago or something, 2 months ago. I read that thing about Cancelo. I was like, no, this guy is. I just don't like him as much now, Cancelo as well. Apart from that, I think generally our recruitment has been good. That the players we get, their attitude has generally been good. Okay, playing style wise, they could not have got along like a Calvin Phillips and stuff, but generally attitude wise, you look at the attitude of Calvin Phillips, it's been good. We haven't got this sulking kind of a players. Bernardo Silva, ah, JSK says Joao Cancelo never badmouth City like Sterling did. He didn't, but for me, it's just what he told to Pep in the training ground, like that I am Joao Cancelo and I deserve to play. I didn't like that, especially because there are people like Nathan Ake who have been warming the bench for 1 year almost, showing respect when you were playing. People like Rico Lewis, showing respect when you were playing. So I think it was mutual on the part of Joao Cancelo to show the same respect. So that's why I just disliked him for how he went, because as a player, no complaints. Joao Cancelo gave everything. Joao Cancelo right now, for example, would be, oh, it's Julian Alvarez territory. This is interesting. But Joao Cancelo for me would be the perfect thing at City right now. His creativity, for example, we would need his creativity right now. It's Joao Cancelo territory. It's Joao Cancelo territory. This could be interesting. Matteo Kovacic has been readied. It's Joao Cancelo territory. Sorry, it's Julian Alvarez territory. So yeah, for me it's Sterling and Joao Cancelo. But like you said, the hate for Cancelo is very less, but the hate for Sterling is right here. That whenever he misses a one-on-one, I just jump. Ah, very good free kick, but a good save from maybe it was a bit more central there, bit more central, a bit into the corner, and I think Julian Alvarez scores. That's a corner for City. Vinay says Kovan he had Pep had to bring Kovan Vinay, I think, because I still think I think Kova should have started actually. Kova can break Everton's press. Kova in the first half, and I think we could be leading right now. So I think it was a blunder from Pep. It's a handball. It's a handball. Everyone's shouting. And the referee's given a penalty. And the referee's given a penalty. It's a handball. Look at the way in which players went up. Look at the way in which players went up. Of course, it will be checked by VAR. Of course, it will be checked by VAR. But who scores the penalty? That's $1 million question now. Who strikes the penalty? It was a handball. It was surely a handball. It is a handball for sure. It can't be much more clearer than that. It is a handball. It is a handball. Yes, it is a handball. But who scores? Who takes the penalty? Who takes the penalty? Who takes the penalty? I can barely look on the screen, by the way. Who takes the penalty? It's Julian Alvarez. I know. What a stupid question I'm asking. There's no one else who's capable of taking the penalty as well in the team. We do not have any penalty strikers. Maybe Edison, but Julian Alvarez, can he score? He's already missed one today. An easy goal chance. Can Julian Alvarez score? That is the thing. Can Julian Alvarez score? What a chance. This is for City. Can Julian Alvarez score? Had a fantastic final in the Club World Cup. Under pressure. Can Julian Alvarez score? Under pressure. Penalty under pressure. Referee blows the whistle. Julian, please do not disappoint me. Julian, this could be the turning point in our season when and Julian Alvarez scores! Woo! Woo! Come on, City! Woo! For a moment, I thought Pickford saved it. For a moment, I thought Pickford saved it. But what a goal from Julian Alvarez! What a penalty strike from Julian Alvarez! Cool as a cucumber. I think he went down the middle, if I'm not wrong, right? He went down the middle. He went down the middle, if I'm not wrong. What a turnaround at Goodison Park, 1-0 down, season's gone. It literally looked nothing was on. Oh my god, that was such a risky penalty. I think it hit Jordan Pickford, to be honest, I think on his way. Ah, maybe could have taken a slight touch of Jordan Pickford's legs, I don't know. The way all of the City players went up for the handball, it was like the referee had no choice but to give it. What a goal for City. Come on, City. Woo! But that was a risky penalty. Down the middle. Down the middle. Dominic Calvert-Lewin comes on now. Andre Gomez goes off. So I think Sean Dyche will be playing his usual 4-4-2, I think. Vinay says now we should take the game. Vinay, after seeing what happened against Crystal Palace, I'm like, till it's 90 minutes, there's nothing. Till it's 90 minutes, you cannot be sure of anything. But again, I mean, the spirit in the spirit and how we came back from 0-1 down is just fantastic. Whatever might happen. Spirit is just superb. I think now Kovacic has come. I would like to see how we play through the press. Does our gameplay through the press? Does our gameplay through the press improve? That is what I would like to see. It's interesting. Daesh has removed a defender and in Keane and his Michael Keane and his bought on Calvert Lewin, if I'm not wrong. I mean, it's interesting that without KDB, without Haaland, without Doku, our goal scoring has not been, and there's no creativity in the team as much, but our goal scoring hasn't been the issue because last 3 4 games, I think last 3 4 games we've scored 12 goals, but we have also conceded 12 goals. That has been the problem since the Chelsea game. If you see, we have scored 4 goals, but we have also conceded 4 goals. Sorry, we have scored 12 goals, but we have conceded 12 goals. That has been the problem. Defense has been the problem. Jordan Pickford with his long kick out. Kyle Walker loses the ball in the air, and it's a corner for Everton. We need to be careful on these set pieces. We need to be extremely careful on these set pieces. From Everton, they have the height advantage. We cannot have anyone to run on us or something like that. And it's a goal kick for City. I think Kova's impact on the game from now on will be very important. That will dictate where this game will end up. Look at Mateo Kovacic making those runs. I know we are not aligned with him as much, but once I think players understand how Kovacic makes those runs, he's just a master at breaking the press. You just have to give him the ball, follow him, pass it to him. He will break the press. He will break the intense press of Everton. Just need to get Kova into the game. Josko Guardiola. Ah, Akanji gives it straight to Everton player. I think Patterson. Again, a miss pass from Akanji. Patterson is alert to that, but we just cannot make those mistakes. JSK says, man, I never saw any City player hitting the penalty straight on the middle. I don't want to say it now, JSK, but don't you remember before the Champions League final, we played a game against Chelsea? Sorry, 2020. Again, the ball's given away. That was a neat. That was City had won it fair and square there, but don't know. We are just not able to keep the ball. Rodri does extremely well. There could be a counter attack there, but Rodri does the sensible thing. Mateo Kovacic. Look at how he breaks through the Everton press now. Mateo Kovacic. Yeah, JSK, don't you remember 2021? I think the final, the Champions League final, we lost to Chelsea. We played a league game before that. We play and Aguero gets a penalty. He tries a Paneka straight at the middle. Paneka is straight at the middle, obviously, and the goalkeeper doesn't move, and the penalty and it was shit. I mean, we can laugh about that, but I think if Aguero would have scored that penalty, he starts for us in the Champions League final, and the result would have been different. But Again, when tell me this, people tell me that Chelsea was the worst team to win the Champions League in the last 20, 30 years, whenever it has begun, since the 90s. Then I tell them that destiny wanted us to win our first Champions League in Istanbul. That's why we had to lose that final. It was destiny. That's it. We had to win our first Champions League as part of a treble, Istanbul, and facing teams like Bayern, Real Madrid, and Inter Milan. We had to do it the hard way. So I think it was destiny. That's all. Josko Guardiola, Mateo Kovacic. I was just praising Kovacic, and he just lost the ball there. Ake has to win this battle against Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That was close for City. That was close. It's a throw-in for City. JSK says Aguero was shit at penalties. Yaya was our best penalty taker. Yeah, Yaya was very good. I think Yaya missed just one or two penalties in his whole career, not just City career. But I think Mario Balotelli was on par with Yaya. I think Balotelli was such an underrated penalty taker. I think his run up was just stupid shit, Mario Balotelli. But the way he struck the ball, he almost used to walk up to the ball, Balotelli, and strike it. And the strikes were so pure. His strikes were so pure. Again, Josko Guardiola giving the ball away. We have to keep hold of the ball. There is no control of the game. Josko Guardiola does extremely well. Somebody just kicked that bloody ball out. JSK says Zeko was also good. It's a chance for counter attack for us. And Julian Alvarez there. Mateo Kovacic, Rodri, and City plays down injured. Grealish is down, but no one cares. Everyone's just continuing on with the play because City have the ball. Grealish is up now. Look at Kovacic. This is how I think you break the press. Okay, he's lost the ball, but you look at Kovacic's movement. He's everywhere, and it almost looks like he's just moving everywhere. And team, they do not know Everton how to sort of mark him and press him. Because see, this is a man-to-man oriented marking system, which all of the clubs like your Lutons, Evertons, when Aston Villa is a man-to-man system, they are doing. And when Kovacic roams around so much, who picks him up? Kovacic just drags the man who picks him up around the pitch. So there's always confusion. So that's why I think Kovacic had the potential to break Everton's press and change the complexion of this game. Look at Kovacic is coming into the defense, is going into the attack, is going everywhere. That's a throw into Everton. Zeko was good, JSK, but I always thought Zeko was a bit, overshadowed by the strikers we had back then because we had Aguero, we had Mario Balotelli back then, and then we had Zeko as well. And when Balotelli left, I think we had people like Aguero and sorry, Aguero was there, and Negredo came in, and Stefan Jovetic. Wasn't it offside? I thought Calvert-Lewin scored. Ha. Ah, that was such a close shave for City, honestly. Ah, I think that was a great last ditch tackle by Manuel Akanji. Otherwise, we were done there, to be honest. City are hanging on. So I think Zeko was always overshadowed. And I think the system of City also didn't suit Zeko. Zeko was always someone who was like I won't call him a long ball striker, but for me Zeko was someone who he loved balls across the balls down the channels, balls and that kind of a stuff. And City were honestly not that kind of a team. So Zeko struggled to play short passes and stuff. And the City player is down, and this ref, I think he will not give any fouls. I think Julian Alvarez is down, and this bloody ref didn't even bother to give that as a foul. That was a clean foul. The follow through clattered into him. So I think Zeko was a good striker, but I think Zeko never suited our system. For me, I think I quite liked Aguero and Negredo, and Aguero and Stefan Jovetic for a while, but Aguero and Negredo were like beast mode. When Negredo was fit and stuff, he was just like beast mode. To be honest, they looked like almost unstoppable. Aguero and Negredo. Stefan Jovetic promised a lot, but then he didn't do much. So I think it was a sort of interesting striker scenario we had since 2011, Mancini's first season to almost Pellegrini's last season. We had quite a set of talented strikers. I think Wilfried Boney didn't quite work out, but he was also good in the box poacher in the box striker. JSK says if Phillips leaves, we should go for Conor Gallagher. I actually think JSK Conor Gallagher is a poor man's Matthews Nunez, I think. Because what does Conor Gallagher do? I honestly want to go for Lucas Paqueta. I know this might not happen, but that's a free kick for City. Now the Everton players are just kicking all our players around. What's happening there with what's happening there between Pep and Kyle Walker? JSK says his work rate is the best in PL. I don't think JSK. I think Lucas Paqueta's work rate is actually the best in PL. To be honest, Lucas Paqueta's work rate is the best in PL. Bernardo Silva is there. Lucas Paqueta is there. I think Lucas Paqueta's work rate is so underrated. Lucas Paqueta's work rate is right up there. It's just so underrated. That's the thing. I think Conor Gallagher, he might offer you the same work rate as a Lucas Paqueta, but then or a Bernardo Silva, but then his creativity is next to nothing, right? You see the creativity of someone like a Lucas Paqueta there. Also, I think and they say Andre is almost like see we need a cover for Rodri. That is the main priority because just for example, if that injury in the club world, if the tackle on Rodri in the club World Cup went a little bit here and there, and Rodri was out for 2-3 months, God forbid it happens. But if he was out, then where are we in this match? For example, where are we for the next 2-3 months of the season? So I think our first priority should be a replacement for Rodri, and I think I have two names in mind actually: Andre from Fluminense and Palinha from Fulham. I think everyone would know Palinha. I think if we get Palinha, he is one of the best ball winner in the Premier League. His tackles and everything are just superb, Palinha. So I think with Palinha, you instantly get an experienced player who could start in your big Champions League games and big games. Think games like this where he could just win the ball high up and then set you on the counter attack. Andre, I think Andre is still a work in progress for me. I don't think Andre comes and starts straight away in this Pep system. Andre will take at least 1 year to, at least 6 months, if not a year, to understand how to play here. So again, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking Rodri's replacement should be our priority. Rodri's backup, and I would go for Palinia honestly, and not Andre. And there's also news that Bayern Munich and Joshua Kimmich has taken a turn for the worse, and Kimmich might be available in the January transfer window. So Vinay says no proper attacks in Spain. That was the problem against Palace, Vinay. That is the problem here. That was the problem against Spurs. That was the problem against Chelsea. All of those. That was the problem against Liverpool. We didn't lose those games because we were shit and our form went down. We lost those games because we didn't attack after going up. We didn't take our chances and stuff. Jordan Pickford coming up to take these free kicks has to be something else. That two free kick is in Everton's half. I think no shot on goal. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin's effort was one of the best. I think since our goal. To be honest, it's a throw in for Everton now. Thank God it hit the corner flag and did not go out for a corner. It was so close to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Eddie just catch the ball. Nathan Ake, Edison, Josko Guardiola. Rodri losing the ball now, but City win it back. Mateo Kovacic. Jack Grealish with the ball right now. Rodri. Kovacic. I think Kovacic has calmed things down, to be honest. Kyle Walker. That's a throw in for City. Walker does well. Walker does extremely well there. That's a good ball and it's well taken by Kyle Walker. And it's an Everton throw. and, and Walker's just sat down with the ball. I think it's Mikalenko with the throw there. And Edison does well there. Edison does extremely well there. Ah, heart in the mouth moments for City. Heart in the mouth moments for City. Josko Guardiola. And it's a goal kick. Seems we need to score the third, to be honest. Julian Alvarez does well, but it was of his weaker foot. Uh, Needed a bit of dip and a bend on that. Kovacic does extremely well. Jack Grealish didn't give him the movement. Otherwise, he could have played Jack Grealish in. Kova was looking for that through ball. Just didn't happen. It almost seemed like we were missing Kovacic in the midfield against Crystal Palace, to be honest. Kyle Walker loses the ball there. Pickford kicks it. The ball goes to Pickford. Heart in the mouth moments. We need a goal. We need a goal. What a goal there! Woo! Bernardo Silva! Bernardo the man! Woo! Bernardo! Come on, Bernardo! Woo! Come on, City! We were down, we were out. We might be out of creativity, we might be out of depth, we might not have anyone on the bench, but we are not out of spirit. This is team spirit for you. This is togetherness for you. There is a reason why this club has won the treble. There is a reason why this club is the best team in the world in club football in the world at this moment. The togetherness, the spirit. Nil one down, half time. John Stones injured. Season was gone. Literally, season was hanging by the thread, the scruff of the neck. We did not know what to do next. Honestly, I did not see where the next goal would come from. Literally seemed bleak. And then this club produces this. The players produce this. The players play for each other. The players play for the fans. What a comeback by City. 3-1. Who? Goodison Park. Who? Who Sean Dice? This is City. Manchester City. Come on, City. Come on. Woo! What a goal. What a goal. Now tell Pickford to waste all the time in the world. What a goal by Bernardo Silva. What a fantastic goal by Bernardo Silva. But honestly, I think ever since Mateo Kovacic came on, Eddie just catch the ball. Yes. Waste some minutes, relax, chill like you're having a vacation on a beach. But I do think ever since Mateo Kovacic has come on, the game just looked controlled. It just looked that Everton could not press Mateo Kovacic because he's roaming all around. How do you press him? Giving the ball away to bloody Everton now. Kyle Walker has been brilliant in the second half. He was a bit suspect in the first half, but in the second half, Kyle Walker showed why he's the best right back in the world at the moment. Rodri, that is wonderful from Rodri. Look at Kovacic carry the ball. This could be a YouTube clip for masterclass in beating the press. Mateo Kovacic, okay, he's lost the ball, but the way he's carried the ball there was just super. Wonderful defending from Manuel Akanji. This is fantastic spirit from City. I probably think Pep should bring Lewis Hamilton on. That is again wonderful defending there from Josko Guardiola. Guardiola has been good as well. How many minutes of added time is he showing on the clock? When I says Everton done themselves, but honestly, when I Kovacic has come on and the game's changed for me, I think we are having more control. I think if Kova plays, I think we win that Crystal Palace game as well. But Phil Foden and his long range shooting, my God, again is at the outside of the bar there. 6 minutes of added time, 2-1, and it would have been just jingle bells time. But at 3-1, maybe a bit more relaxed, you could watch. But then again, you do not want to concede goals at this time. Look at Phil Foden carrying the ball now. Bernardo Silva, Julian Alvarez there, Bernardo Silva, Rodri. I think Everton are done. They're exhausted from the press. There's no energy there. I think that was the chance, Vinay. I think at 2-1, when Dominic Calvert-Lewin almost had an open goal and hit it outside, 2-2, and the game's different. Just run the clock down, guys. Just run the clock down. Mateo Kovacic is just bringing calm there into the midfield. Phil Foden. This might be a bit out of the box, a bit weird or something. But I always think Phil Foden's best role is not Cam, but Phil Foden's best role is in that it's a box to box midfielder role, because I always think Phil Foden has the long range passing capacity of an Andrea Pirlo, and he has the ball carrying capacity of someone like a Kovacic, someone who could carry the ball. So out of the press. So I think his long range passing, long range shooting, and I think he can control the game better from from the deep. I think we don't have to look far for our next Gundogan. I think Phil Foden can be groomed to be the next Gundogan. To be honest, I think he has all those qualities. He has the passing of a Pirlo. He has the ability to play through the press like a Kovacic. He can make those runs into the box like a Gundogan. Defensively is where I think he needs to improve defensive awareness and stuff, when to dribble that pausa. But I think Phil Foden's best position could be as a deep lying playmaker. That could be what Phil Foden's best position is, and not as an attacking midfielder. Look at the pace of Akanji. What a signing he's been for 25 million pounds. The ball's gone out. It is a City throw. I think 2 more minutes are remaining. 2 more minutes are remaining, and a comprehensive performance from City. Not been easy, not been easy. Even after we were 2-1 up, there were chances for Everton. We defended resolutely. I think more than a clean sheet, the defending in this match will give more confidence to City. The way we have defended, to be honest. Edison claims it. Edison claims it, and I think 1.5 minutes more remaining. Not even 1.5 minutes. It's 1 minute 5 seconds, and Edison with a long kick out, and the ball's gone out. I think what a fixer to to sort of show glimpses of getting back into form. What a fixture! The defending was superb, A class, I would say. Yes, the goal went in the first half, but I didn't see it as a fault of any of our defenders. So, in a way, I think we have had a very good defensive performance. Guardiola was very good in that second half. Ake was very good. Kyle Walker showed why he's the best in the world. Manuel Akanji, my God, that tackle that he's made is equal to the John Stones tackle in the first half. The second half, a tackle that just took the ball away when Dominic Calvert-Lewin had an open goal. I think was it that? Yeah, Akanji made a great tackle in the second half. So what a defensive performance this is from City. I think it's inevitable. It's inevitable that the referee blows his final whistle and he has who Goodison Park who we have came here. We were down and out in the first half and we conquered it in the second half. And at the end of the match, we must not forget the sacrifice that John Stones has done. If not for the John Stones tackle, I don't think we if not for the John Stones tackle, I don't think we walk away winners here. At 1-0, John Stones made that tackle and it was that was a close offside call. But yeah, it could have been very well onside. So if John Stones doesn't make that tackle, I think it goes 2-0 and it becomes too difficult to come back from that. So the sacrifice of John Stones in the first half with that superb tackle and as the superb tackle by Manuel Akanji in the second half when I think Beto was through on goal. So I think two of our central defenders today were really at the top of their game and the tackles were spot on. I I just hope that John Stone's injury is not too bad to be honest and but he has done superb work there. He's done that sacrifice for the team. But I think Pep made a blunder in the first half. The team didn't play bad in the first half, but we were struggling. We were struggling in the first half to deal with Everton's press. And there are certain players in the world who know how to get out of a high press. To get out of a high press, Kevin De Bruyne is not a master at getting out of the high press. Gundogan was a master at getting out of the high press, for example. Kovacic is a master of getting out of the high press. Why did Pep Guardiola get Kovacic as soon as it became evident Gundogan was not going to sign with us and extend his contract with us? Because he did not see anyone able to break the opponent's tactics of breaking that high press. The moment Kovacic came on, Kovacic roamed around the ground. Kovacic went everywhere. And when you are employing a man-to-man system for high pressing, when a player comes in and he roams everywhere, now which man picks him up and presses him when the trigger goes? That is very confusing. That's how Kovacic broke the press. With his intelligent movement, Kovacic was everywhere. Right back, center forward, left wing, right wing, beside Rodri to carry the ball. And the way Kovacic got the ball and carried it twice or thrice, our forwards didn't make the runs, but the way he carried the ball twice or thrice, he took the ball and just carried it, and Everton players tried to press him and they couldn't get near him. It was a master class. You could actually clip only Kovacic's play from this from this match, and you could keep a title, a master class in beating press. That's what Kovacic showed today. Kovacic was the difference maker. Will not be shown in the assists column, in the goals column. Kovacic was the difference maker in terms of controlling the game. Foden again showed, I won't name him, but there was a Chelsea fan who actually told that Phil Foden is overrated. For someone who can strike the bloody ball like that, is Phil Foden overrated? Do tell me, we'll discuss on this afterwards, but is Phil Foden overrated? Look at that. Foden for me is one of the best young players in world football at this time. The way he moves with the ball, the way he was carrying the ball today from deep, the way he struck the ball clean from so deep. Beating Pickford from such a range was actually not an easy task. So very well done to Phil Foden. Excellent work there. And I just think seeing Foden in the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes when we went 3-1 up, especially, I think Foden suits that role of a deep lying playmaker. I don't know when Pep can realize this, but maybe Pep would have seen it in training. I don't know, but I think Foden's best position is as a deep lying playmaker, especially given his range of passing and stuff. I think I remember a match, a FA Cup match 2 years ago. I think Phil Foden was playing as a deep lying playmaker then. I think in one match, Pep tried him, I think, or he went deep in a double pivot role and he gave a pass and it put Cole Palmer through. I think this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I mean, you see those passes and you think, wow, this guy could be the next Andrea Pirlo. But again, I think he needs to develop his defensive. He needs to develop his defensive sense. Vinay says Foden should be involved more. I actually, yes, exactly, Vinay, exactly. Not involved more in the attacking play, but I think Foden should be involved more from deep. I think Foden is someone who could take the ball of Rodri and he could drive forward with the ball. He could ping those long range passes in like an Andre Pirlo does, like a Luka Modric does, for example. How Luka Modric almost takes the ball of Casemiro or now Shuamini and then he dictates play. I think Phil Foden is an orchestrator of play. He can dictate play from deep. So I actually think that is the role which that is the role which Phil Foden should take on. I don't think playing in that attacking midfield role or the wing role is best position. I think Phil Foden should play uh, from a deeper role. But anyway, could be a season defining win. Could be a season defining win, I think. Because last season I remember 2-0 down at the Etihad Stadium against Spurs, right? At halftime we were like we were 8 points behind Arsenal, and if we would lose that game, we would go 11 points behind Arsenal against the Spurs game last season. Situation was not as bad today, but still it seemed that we lost today, and if we would have lost today, it would be, I mean, all of us here were sitting at halftime and wondering what should we do to get back in form. I think Vinay even asked made it clear in the comment as well. What should we do to get back in form? And even I was thinking, what should we do to get back in form? We are bloody missing open goals. We are not able to defend a 2-0 lead. What should we do? Even I was thinking, how do we score a goal? The first question was, how do we score a goal actually? Because I didn't see us breaking down Everton, cutting them open and score a goal. I just could not see it. And Phil Foden comes up with a beauty. Nathanake, that handball, wonderful strike from Nathanake. That was surely going on goal. So, and Bernardo Silva's strike. So honestly, we didn't cut Everton open, but you can win football matches in many ways. But we deserve to win this match. We easily had 5 to 6 clear-cut chances. On another day, clinical enough, we win 5-1 or even 4-1, 5-1 easily in this game. Vinay says Foden is playing more in the box, should be somewhere near deep midfield. Exactly, Vinay. That's the thing. That's the thing. Even I was actually wondering actually that, because in the last 5 minutes, the way Phil Foden, took the ball and Foden should almost be playing for me the Kovacic role, where he picks up the ball and he just roams around the field, where he takes the ball from the defenders, or he takes the ball from Rodri and it takes play from deep. He roams around everywhere. That's where I think Foden's best. But I just think Pep is a bit, worried to give him that role, because what happened against Palace is an example. Foden tried to dribble and lost the ball. Palace on the transition, they got a penalty. It was 2-2. So I think that's one of the reasons I think Pep is still a bit afraid. But Foden's having a fine season. Foden's having a fine season. He's scoring goals, he's assisting, and we must not forget he's just 23. I think in this journey is still Foden for me is still growing as a player in terms of finding out what is his best position. And I think Pep Guardiola has recognized the talent in Phil Foden to play in multiple positions. Which other player does Pep Guardiola play in multiple positions? Pep has been playing Foden, and he's played Foden in false nine. He's played Foden this season on the right wing, midfield, sometimes on the left wing. Which other player has Pep Guardiola played in those many positions? Alvarez, one position, striker, or if striker position is not available, midfielder. Grealish only left wing, Bernardo only right wing. Sometimes near Rodri. So I think Pep is still helping Foden himself discover what his best position is in this process. So I think Pep has seen that talent in Phil Foden. So it will be interesting how Phil Foden's trajectory will go. I think by next year, by the time it's 24, 25, I think Phil Foden will start somewhere, like you mentioned, Vinay, in the deep midfield role. Vinay says we've been poor in chance finishing. And also Vinay, who's been poor? Erling Haaland's been poor. I think against Spurs he missed an open goal. Against Liverpool 1-0 up he misses a goal which would have made it 2-0 up. We win that game. Liverpool go on and score down the other end. I think against Chelsea Haaland missed a few chances which he would actually score. So I think literally if you look at the last three games, sort of from the Chelsea game at Diwali to the game before this, Crystal Palace, I think uh, our defending was bad, but generally the Chelsea, Spurs, and Liverpool game we should have walked away with 9 points. So, so I think it's again Haaland's missing chances, and Haaland and the guy is on 14 goals. He's the top scorer in the Premier League. You're true, we are missing chances, but you're true. But again, I don't think we can blame it on Haaland because he's already at 14 chances. He's already at 14 goals, but Haaland should have had 28 goals. You're right, Unai. He's missed a ton. He's missed a ton. Today, Julian Alvarez in the 15th minute or something, 14th minute, open goal. That was bad luck anyway, but again, that penalty on another day, it could have hit, it could have hit it could have hit Pickford's trailing leg. Penalty of Alvarez down the middle could have hit Pickford's trailing leg, and it would have bounced off the bar or something like that could have happened. It was just lucky that for a moment I thought the trailing leg of Pickford saved it. Just lucky. I just could not even watch that penalty. It's just lucky. It's just lucky that it went in. But we deserve that. We deserve that as well. We deserve that luck as well. When I says hope Doku is back was a Sheffield United. I think 13th of January is when I think everyone will be back. I think when a KDB will be back by 13th of January. I think Haaland should be back. I think Doku and Haaland might be back for that FA Cup game. I think we have an FA Cup game against Huddersfield Town somewhere between the Sheffield United game and the Newcastle game on the 13th. I think there is a FA Cup game against Huddersfield Town. So I think Haaland and Doku should be back for that. And KDB, I think for 13th he should be back on 13th, at least coming off as a sub. When I says Guardiola was good after coming on, Walker in attacking is frustrating to watch. When I Walker in attacking is so frustrating to watch that you wonder if Walker is capable of crossing his legs. Walker is so poor. Walker is so poor. I'm just thinking. Imagine if all of that space that has been afforded to Walker goes to Jan Kuto. The crosses which Jan Kuto will put in is fantastic. But again, defensively, I think Jan Kuto he might not be as good as Walker defensively, but he's again Jan Kudo is just 21 and is very good one-on-one defensively. He's physically not there, but I think he'll grow. I think next season I want us to bring Jan Kuto and and Savinho back in the summer. Jan Kuto and Savinho, because you just see the space afforded to Walker, and someone even with a little bit of crossing ability will cross havoc with his crosses. And if someone is crossing havoc with his crosses, a player has to go to Walker or the fullback if he can cross. That will create space for your midfield runners, for your people like Bernardo Silvas and John Stones to exploit. If Stones is playing in in that box to box role. See you next stream. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Vinay, for coming on the stream. It was wonderful. All of your comments. Thank you, Vinay and JSK, for coming on the stream. It was just fantastic, and the best thing is we lived this experience together, right? Hopeless end of first half, and we literally thought we'll take a draw, and we were discussing all the transfer news for 10 minutes for all the tension to evaporate. And then the second half was fantastic. The experience today was just fantastic, The comeback at Goodison Park. Come on, City. That's what I'll say. And see you all and take care.